litmus test will set the course of your entire future.
Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we have some new updates and some new teases into the regards of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Jude Law recently taken to discuss and give us some new insights, some new reveals, anticipations for the upcoming Disney Plus series. Guys, of course, we're going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from CBR.com, comic book resource. As an overall garnering source, I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Jude Law says that he can't really remember a life before being a part of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Jude Law on the lifelong love for the franchise there as well, and now being able to join it here, being a part of Skeleton Crew, being the lead of Skeleton Crew with its 2-episode premiere on December 3rd, only on the Disney Plus streamer. Skeleton Crew lead actor Jude Law has been a Star Wars fan for far longer than he can remember. In a recent exclusive interview with People magazine during Disney's D23 event, the actor spoke about how Star Wars had offered him so much more thrill and really affected him, especially during his childhood, saying that, "I think it's fair to say I can't really remember a life before Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars and the phenomenon of that first film was all-encompassing for children of all ages," he says, in quotes. Then another one came out, and I sort of just expanded the world even more. Ending the quote right there. I'm not calling anyone old, I'm not calling Jude Law old, but he was there from the beginning, from the get-go with A New Hope and the original trilogy, when those were still premiering in theaters and coming out under George Lucas, and everything of that nature was pretty cool for him, and being able to experience the birth of this franchise all the way up into the point of where he's actually starring in his very own show and now joining the franchise. The franchise from a galaxy far, far away might have even influenced his career choice, as Jude Law told reporters, in quotes, "I also suppose looking back now, it was a big part of my love affair with film. The beauty of film as storytelling, and therefore perhaps of what may have inspired me to act, and why I wanted to be in that world." Ending the quote right there. Honestly, I feel the same way as a film student. Actually, I recently graduated, but working in and out of the film industry, narrative-based especially, I find a lot of joy from that because of the Star Wars movies. My earliest film memory of that moment where I said, I have got to do this, was watching the behind-the-scenes of the original trilogy on my DVD. So that was kind of like my big aha moment, and seeing that he has the same kind of moment there of where he watches Star Wars and says, I want to be a part of that, and like that is like the career choice that he's taken as well, is honestly very close to home to me, as I had mentioned, something I find a lot of inspiration in, if for anything. So, this year all being said, what can we anticipate and what are we expecting from Star Wars Skeleton Crew, especially based upon some of this new reveals that he has given us? Jude Law also gave us some insight into what we may expect anticipating from the upcoming Disney Plus series with its 2-episode premiere on December 3rd. When describing the series, Jude Law said that it was a very much of a piece about working together and overcoming fears, and overcoming perhaps one's opinion of oneself or one's own weakness in order to succeed. That there in itself is a deep one. Let's take a moment to look at that and break it down a little bit more. Because as thrilling and as expansive as the franchise has become and the stories that have been told within this universe, there hasn't really ever been moments where it's like, I can't do it kind of scenario for the characters. And you guys can, of course, point me out in the comments down below. I'm probably wrong about that. There are probably those moments that happen, but not on the level of what we're anticipating for Skeleton Crew, into the sense of that you're going to have these characters they're going to be posed up against these different obstacles, these different enemies at that, especially when you have a group of children. They aren't going to be able to find it in themselves that they can overcome something or be able to succeed because of their height or their age or, you know, their strength, things of that nature, essentially. So overcoming those obstacles and, you know, telling yourself that you are able to do something, it seems like a big theme, a common theme and tone for this upcoming show. The show could have also have connections to other Star Wars shows and movies as well, old and new, with Jude Law saying that there are a great references to old films and recent episodes and series as well. There's a lot of originality, and that I hope that I will be bringing the feeling of fun to those who watch it. Ending that quote right there, a little bit sparse, a little bit even cryptic, I think, at that, but that's into the regards of that Star Wars Skeleton Crews. It pulls a lot of film elements from all over the place, all over the franchise, stuff that we have seen in the original trilogy, the prequels, even animated prospects, like into the regards of storytelling and using like stop motion animation, for example, is something that's confirmed for Skeleton Crew. That's something that the original trilogy did very much so quite heavily, or maybe the use of special effects and CGI, the way that the prequels might have done so, is something that we're anticipating from Star Wars Skeleton Crew, almost giving it this very original, rustic kind of feel to it, if that's what you want to kind of call it. Star Wars Skeleton Crew is arguably taking a different approach from any other Star Wars spin-offs and on the Disney Plus platform, in that its main cast of characters will be children, and that the show will have a very 80s, almost Amblin entertainment inspired type of story, as well, as I had mentioned. Jude Law had also spoke about on his new direction for the franchise, saying, in quote, "Seeing children in that environment, in a Star Wars environment, is very much so thrilling and very, very unique." Ending that quote right there, and he's very much correct about that. Having an all-children cast just about is something that we haven't ever really had for a galaxy far, far away. Of course, there's the exception of the animated Clone Wars episodes. There's a couple of episodes that spin off like that and have episodes that are focused on Padawans, for example. We may argue that the Acolyte has a very heavy kind of children kind of cast for the two twins that do star in there, playing the younger versions, the children versions of Osha and May in the Acolyte, but having more than just that and just flashbacks, because those were just flashbacks. It wasn't like that was just those two kids for the entire Acolyte show. That is something that Skeleton Crew is going to have, is these young kids in a galaxy far, far away as the main cast. This all being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video, of course. This has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.